Rottweilers are powerful, loyal, and deeply loving dogs. But despite their potential, many people give up on them. Today we're talking about 8 real reasons why people surrender or rehome Rottweilers, and how to avoid becoming one of them. Number 1. Underestimating the commitment. People fall in love with the image of a Rottweiler. They see a protector, a guardian. But owning a Rottweiler is a commitment, a pact you make with a living being who depends on you. This isn't a breed you can just leave in the backyard. They need you, your guidance, your energy. They crave structure, rules, a leader they can trust. Training isn't a suggestion with a Rottweiler, it's a necessity. Exercise? That's not just a walk around the block, they need to move, to run, to release that pent-up power in a positive way. And socialization? That's their passport to the world. It's how they learn to navigate a world full of distractions, to be calm, confident members of your pack. Love is essential, yes, but it's not enough. You have to be more than loving, you have to be a leader. So before you even think about bringing a Rottweiler into your life, ask yourself, are you ready to commit? Number 2, lack of proper socialization. A well-socialized Rottweiler is a confident Rottweiler, and a confident Rottweiler is a happy Rottweiler. Socialization isn't just about making friends at the dog park, it's about exposing your Rottweiler to the world in a controlled, positive way. Every new sight, sound, person, or dog they encounter is a lesson, and these lessons shape their behavior, their reactions. Fear is a powerful emotion, especially in a dog as strong as a Rottweiler, and fear, left unchecked, can turn into aggression. That's why early and consistent socialization is crucial. Start when they're puppies. Introduce them to different environments, people, and dogs. Let them experience the world at their own pace, always rewarding calm, assertive behavior. It's never too late to teach an old dog new tricks, but it's always easier to build a solid foundation from the start. Socialization isn't a luxury, it's a necessity. Do right by your Rottweiler, socialize them properly, and watch them blossom into the confident, well-adjusted dogs they were born to be. Number 3, misunderstood. Rottweilers are protectors, it's in their DNA. They were bred to guard, to watch over, to be loyal companions, but that protective instinct needs direction. It needs a leader who understands how to channel it, how to shape it. Too many people mistake a Rottweiler's natural protectiveness for aggression. They think a dog who barks at strangers, who lunges at the fence, is being tough or loyal. But that's not loyalty, that's confusion. That's a dog who doesn't understand its boundaries, who hasn't been taught the right way to protect. Real protection comes from a place of calmness, of confidence. A well-trained Rottweiler doesn't need to bark at every passing car, doesn't need to lunge at every unfamiliar face. They understand that their job is to be alert, to be aware, to trust their human to handle the situation. Aggression is often rooted in fear, in insecurity. Train your Rottweiler. Teach them the difference between a real threat and an everyday occurrence. Because a well-trained Rottweiler is a true protector, a guardian who understands its role, and a companion you can always rely on. Number 4. Too much for first-time owners. Rottweilers are impressive dogs, there's no denying that. But they're not for everyone, and they're certainly not for the faint of heart. Owning a Rottweiler is a responsibility, a commitment that demands experience, dedication, and a deep understanding of canine behavior. First-time dog owners, I applaud your enthusiasm, but listen closely. A Rottweiler is not a breed to cut your teeth on. They are strong-willed, intelligent, and they will test your boundaries every chance they get. They need a leader who is confident, consistent, and unwavering in their commands. Without that leadership, a Rottweiler can quickly become overwhelming. They need structure, routine, and to know their place in the pack. If you're a first-time owner, reconsider your choice. There are many wonderful breeds out there who would be a better fit for your lifestyle. Number 5. Too strong. Let's talk about strength, about the raw power that a Rottweiler possesses. It's one thing to see it in pictures, to admire their muscular build, their imposing presence. But it's another thing entirely to feel that strength on the other end of a leash. A Rottweiler can outweigh an adult, can drag you down the street if they choose to, and if they lunge, if they jump, if they decide to take control, it can be difficult, even dangerous, to regain control. This isn't about being stronger than your dog, it's about being smarter. It's about understanding that physical force will never win over a Rottweiler's will. You need to be in control of their mind, not their body. That control comes from training, from establishing yourself as the leader, the one they trust to guide them. So ask yourself, are you truly prepared to handle their strength? Number 6. Forgetting mental stimulation. People often forget that a Rottweiler is more than just muscle and might. Underneath that powerful exterior lies a sharp mind, a dog bred to work, to think, to problem solve. And when those minds are neglected, when they're starved for stimulation, that's when the trouble starts. A bored Rottweiler is a destructive Rottweiler. They'll find ways to entertain themselves, and those ways often involve chewing, digging, barking, anything to release that pent-up energy and frustration. Physical exercise is crucial, yes, but it's only part of the equation. Rottweilers need mental stimulation, they need challenges, they need to use their brains, give them puzzles, teach them tricks, involve them in activities that make them think, that make them work for their rewards. A mentally stimulated Rottweiler is a joy to be around. They're calmer, more focused, and more in tune with their human. Number 7. Fear of public perception. Let's talk about perception, about the image that precedes a Rottweiler. They've been branded, misjudged, feared because of their strength, their protective nature, and sadly sometimes that fear, that prejudice, it comes from the very people who should be celebrating these magnificent dogs. I've seen owners crumble under the weight of that perception. They feel judged at the park, stared at on the street, questioned by friends and family. They start to doubt themselves, their ability to handle their dog, and that doubt, that fear, it bleeds into their relationship with their Rottweiler. Dogs are incredibly perceptive creatures. They feed off your energy, your emotions, and if you're anxious, if you're unsure of yourself, your Rottweiler will sense it, and they'll mirror that behavior. So, what's the solution? Confidence. You need to be your Rottweiler's advocate, their voice in a world that often misunderstands them. Walk with your head held high, meet those stares with a smile, educate those who are willing to listen. Number 8, it was never a good fit. Sometimes, despite the best intentions, a Rottweiler ends up in a home that was never the right fit. Maybe they were chosen for the wrong reasons, for their looks, their reputation, the image they project. Maybe the reality of their needs, their energy, their strength, didn't match the owner's expectations. And when those expectations aren't met, when the commitment feels too heavy, some people make the heartbreaking decision to give up. It's easy to judge, to point fingers, but the truth is, it's a complex issue. Sometimes life throws curveballs, circumstances change, and what was once a good fit no longer works. But here's the thing. Every dog deserves a home where they're loved, where their needs are met, where they can thrive. And sometimes that means making the difficult, selfless decision to let them go, to find a home that's better equipped to handle their unique needs. It's not about blame, it's about responsibility. Sometimes the most loving thing you can do for a dog is to let them go. Giving up a dog is heartbreaking but preventable. Rottweilers need time, structure, leadership, and a whole lot of love. But if you can give that, you'll gain more than a pet. You'll gain a protector, a shadow, a best friend. Like this video if you believe Rottweilers deserve better. And subscribe for more videos that celebrate the dogs who give us everything.